Very good morning to all of you. Welcome to the session with Microsoft Windows Azure module. And today we are completing the last topic which we were left in the previous sessions. As you requested, I will show you how you can create database in the Windows Azure and how you can utilize that database from the Windows Azure in your application. And all these a small demo we are going to see, which takes little time. And so Neha, good morning. Srimati, good morning. Jashain, good morning. Jashain, this is your request for the database. Please check whatever demo I am giving. Okay? Ashok, good morning. So when is your module test? Once again, I am asking me, so don't get irritated and write the date of the module test that you recall, whatever date yesterday I told, and write the date of the module test. Very good. Joshan, correct answer. Yes, 100% is correct. Neha, correct. Pankaj, yes. I just want to know that all of you are aware of it or not. Yesterday I anyway informed, and through group also I am informing, so that you should remember. Srimati, correct. Yes, it is 16th June. So next week only you have the exam. So we are Thursday. Next week Thursday you have your module test. So prepare well for your module test. And do all the practicals also. All the required data, demo files I have posted in the group yesterday. Please download and work on those demos. Even after completion of the module test also, you can go for the demos which you feel that very important and you did not do well. Once again, you can practice within week of days. Afterwards, Azure subscription will be lost. Okay? You don't have any PMR left, Neha. You don't have any. Only one PMR which you have already completed. So there are no more PMRs are there. Okay? Only module test is there. Only cycle test. Cycle tests are there which you have to complete. And the cycle test latest schedule also I have kept it in your group. Please check and follow that. Okay, good. So I'm saying all the best now itself. Everybody be prepared well for your module test. You feel that tomorrow if it is module test, how it is. Like that you prepare good, nicely. Okay? So now let us start our session. In this session what we are going to see, how you can create a SQL server and database in the Azure portal, not in your local computer SQL server. Real SQL server as well as database in that server you will create in Azure portal. You will create, and one URL will come, the server URL will come that you can access from your local SQL server. So that, but when you are entering into the SQL server of your local computer, server name I will give which is in the Azure portal. So whenever I am giving, I can be able to access the databases of my server and I can be able to add the records, tables and all those I can be able to do. Anybody can work with that database if that URL is there means. So it does not mean that if I am having, see, I want to tell you here one very important thing. I have created one SQL server plus database in that in your where I have created an Azure portal. In my Azure portal I have created, and there is one URL will come which I will share it with you. Still you are unable to access the database even though you have the SQL server in your local computer. You can't be able to connect because of the permission problem. In this SQL server, it is not automatically just by creating URL. Don't expect that URL is possible to be used for accessing the database which is in the Azure portal. If at all I am giving the permission for your computer IP address, for that IP address, if I am giving the permission, so after creating the server, it's your duty in Azure to say that this server can be accessible from which machines. So which IP address machines you need to explain. So that permission for which machines, which IP addresses you are writing as acceptable, that means for which you want to specify, then what will happen? Only those machines whose IP address is specified in the Azure portal, only from those nodes, this SQL server is accessible which is in the Azure portal. This is the advantage of your Azure portal SQL server. Everybody just having the URL they cannot access. First I will show you in such a way that you cannot be able to access, because I will just create and I will share the URL. Anybody is having the SQL server right now with you with internet connection, you can use it, because user ID and password also I will share. Okay, so once this is finished, so you understand you cannot be able to access even if I am sharing, also even I cannot access from my system. Later I will give the permission for throughout the globe anybody can access, like that all IP addresses I will make it as valid addresses from where this SQL server can be accessible, which is in Azure portal. So then you are in a position to access it. Okay, so then once again we will try to access that from our local computer SQL server. Even the server SQL server is in your local, but database you are accessing from your Azure portal. And whatever tables you are creating and writing, adding the records, it is in the Azure portal database, not the database which is in your local computer. So that is the demo that we are going to see now. So let me share my desktop. Getting shared, just wait. Okay, so I'll just I already opened the Azure website, I mean portal, and there first you have to create your SQL server and database inside that Azure portal. So what I have done is I kept that Azure portal ready. Okay, in this one, where is the option you need to, which option you need to take in order to create the SQL server and the database inside it. So you can see that there is an option called as SQL databases. You need to click on this SQL databases. When you click on that, it is saying that create the SQL database. Well and good. So this is SQL database, but did you create the server? Means you did not create the C. Without server, first of all, databases never ever will be there. So just by seeing this one, don't go for creating the database. Your first work is creating one server. Inside the server, database to be created. So it's your duty, before going to the database, go to the servers to create one server. Click here. And so there are no servers right now. You have no SQL database servers. Create one to get started. So you can create a database server. First step is creating the database server. Click on this. So that what is the login name for you? See, server name it will not allow you to take on your own name. It will create the server name on its own. Don't overly think that where is the server name. Server name it will create on its own. And login name I am giving as NIIT. Password I am giving as NIIT LTD. Okay, NIIT LTD. Password must meet the rules of English uppercase letters or English lowercase letters or base 0 to 9, non-alpha numeric characters contains characters from at least 3 of the following. So I have to see NIIT LTD 1, 2, 3 I have given. Okay, still it is not allowing. We have to give one of the symbols. Just wait. NIIT @1, 2, 3. Still it is giving English. What is the problem? English contains characters from at least 3 of the following characters. English uppercase, so okay. N capital I'll give. IIT lowercase. Okay, hash 1, 2, 3. NIIT hash 1, 2, 3. Let us see. Okay. NIIT hash 1, 2, 3. But N capital. So in the notepad for your knowledge, what I have typed enter NIIT hash 1, 2, 3. This is the password I gave. Username what I gave? Username is NIIT I gave. That's what you remember. Server name is not, we cannot provide. That will be taken by the system. So let us Windows to access the server. Why it is not showing the complete? It is not allowing the password. Password only problem, does not contain all of the so whatever is there in the login name, that should not be there. So what I will give, education@123. Education@123. Now let me give. Whatever is there in the username, that should not be given. Now it is correct. Previously we are giving NIIT, that's the reason it is giving error. It gave very clearly the first rule that whatever is there as the login name, that should not be allowed in your password. So our password is different. So okay, education@123. This is what I have given. Education@123 is the password I have given. So now once after creating that one, server got created. So no SQL servers. So sorry if there is some error. It was not created. Details failed to create database server. Why? Let me create once again. S160499 is the login name is login name to authenticate the server. There is some error in the password, that's why it is not allowing. This is password problem only we are getting. Acha, another mistake I gave. It is just creating, it is saying, we will see whether it will be created or some error again. Once services may be impacted, click here to. It is not allowing to create. What is the problem? Databases, servers, I'm just creating the database. From there automatically server it might create, we will see. Actually server should be there here. Okay, we will see in the different fashion. It is giving some problem. So database name is S160499 database. Actually whatever I told, that procedure only correct. This is also correct, that is also correct. Voice is not coming pretty. Once you log out and log in once again, you might get it. Pretty from Vashi Center. Once you log out and log in, S160499 database name is S160499 database. SQL server is not there for you, so server is not yet created due to some problem. Let us see. I am creating region. Login name is let me give it as Kiran. Otherwise, let me give it as SPSC. Password is what? Ganesh@123. Ganesh@123. Ganesh@123 I gave. Just to remember. Username is SCA only I gave. Let me just check. Create database is the icon I click. At the bottom you can see that create SQL. Below to this SQL, create SQL. I have clicked on that. Whether it is working or not, let us see. Somewhere some mistake, that's why it's not creating. This is okay, database. New SQL Server database, Central India. Login name is not a valid SQL. See, it is not a valid SQL identifier. Login name itself, it is saying that something wrong. Somewhere we are doing some mistake in the username or password, it failed to create. So could not submit the request to create the database. Details are what? What are the details? Could not submit the request to create the database. I'll do one thing. 1 minute. Okay, just wait. Whatever we are doing, the steps are correct, nothing wrong, but because in my system there is some problem, administrator login I have done. Why it is denying, I'm just checking. Savitri@hotmail.com. I'm just opening from a different device. Previously I have done, I have access, and everything is possible. But somewhere in the login name or password, we are giving something wrong as per the rules and regulations we are not following. That's why it is creating problem. Make password as this, ma'am. What? Okay. Just said whatever you said, I'll try now. Okay. But just wait for a while. Okay. I'm just opening Windows AZURE. And meanwhile, I'll open whatever you said. From here also, I'll do it. Because you said I'll try once. Login name is what? PGP302. Password is capital P @SSW0RD. Okay, capital P @SSW0RD. So I'm clicking on complete. First of all, why these symbols are not filled out? First of all, I did not get it idea. So it is not creating. All errors, it is saying that it is error. Operations have failed. There are some problems, my dear. That's why it is not creating. So it is open from another system. Let me check from here. Servers. First of all, from here only we can understand. See here, at least here from C, that is my machine problem. I think that's the reason. See here, these icons are also, this is not my machine. This is some other machine from where I am showing you. Okay, from here, let me give it as what is that? PGP302. Okay, and next one is what? P@SSW0RD, capital P@SSW0RD, and I'm clicking on complete. See, that is my system problem only, 100% it's my system problem. That's the reason you can check that at least this processing is happening from another system, and whereas it is not happening from my system. It's my systems I have some problem, because of which it is not creating. Now you see it is creating. So that's what I am telling. Certain times if it is not working, it might be our system problem also. It's not only the steps mistake. There's nothing wrong in the steps. The steps are correct. Now what we are doing is server creation. Once the server is created, what will happen? So what database to be created? This is the correct step. See, now server created. Your server name also, you see the server has been already created. The server name, if you want to see, you can click here, so that it will show you in the dashboard the server name. Can you see somewhere? See here, server name. See, name is what? See here. There's the server name. It is taking automatically. It is taking the server name automatically. So now let me go back and go to the databases, and I am going to create a database. Server created. You have already seen server 1 is created, and the computer will give its own name for the server, as I already told. So that is, we cannot give the server name. It automatically generates the name of the server. Now you have to go to the databases tab and create the database. So what is the database creation? 0 databases are there. Click on the new button, so that quick create. Database name is what? So NIITDB. NIITDB is my database name. So server name, you just see here, you have created one server name, so you have to take that server which you have created already. Previously we were not found as, because it is not getting created. So steps, nothing is wrong. Everything is correct. The only problem is some problem in my machine, because of which it is not accepting. So now I have taken and I am creating the database. Database name is NIITDB, and previously server creation time, what is the username we gave? PGP302 is the database name we gave, and username, that is the username. Okay, that is the username we gave. Password we have given it as what? Capital P@SSW0RD I gave. So now I am clicking on create database. Now it is creating a database. It's an empty database. Tables creation into that. Now you don't do it here. From our local machine SQL server you have to do. But even though you are creating from the local machine, it will be stored, the tables, database, entire one is there in the Azure portal. So now it is, see here, creating. Just wait for a few seconds. Once it is saying that the status has not creating means it is still in process. Once it is created, then you are ready. Then also you are not ready, as because permissions needs to be given to the nodes, from which nodes this SQL server can be accessible. So that's what you need to remember. 1 minute, if you see it is still saying that it is creating, just wait for some time. It's the database name is what? NIITDB. Till here steps are clear, or anybody is having any doubts? Till this step, is everything okay, or any doubts do you have? Anybody is having any doubts, raise your hand. If no doubts, click on the plus symbol. See, it is online. It is created. All of you observe. Now the database is online, but still nobody can access. But 1 minute. This database link, I am clicking on this name. Azure portal account. It's asking resource group. What is that? Resource group. Where is this, Neha? You are saying where resource group it is asking. I did not get your point. Where it is asking, just you tell me. So while creating the data, oh, that means remember. So second drop down, I think you are asking for. Keep it in your brain. So some IBM like that, some what data center, they will maintain some data centers, right? So they will keep the database servers at different locations in the country or in the world. So So better certain times when you are going for this cloud database service servers are there at multiple places. Which server is better near to you, that reason if you take, what will happen? No, the work will become very, very faster. Anything you can take resource DB, but near to your location, if you take the server that is near to your location, that will be more profitable. That's the reason it was given, so nothing else other than that. There are multiple servers will be there, either one you can take. For better performance, you can take which is near to your location. That's the only difference, nothing else. So, okay. Now database got created. When I have come here, you please go to the dashboard. Okay. In this dashboard, I am showing you the database server name. Can you see, my dears, the server name? Can you see the server name? This is SQL server name. I am copying this one into your notepad. Notepad, into this notepad I am pasting this. This is the server name, all of you remember. What is the database name? I mean username we gave. The database is MITDB and username is what we have given, PGP302 we gave. This is the username, and password we were given at a capital P @SSW0RD is the password I have given. So this is what you need to remember. This is the server name, this is the username, this is the password. So that's what I have given here. Okay. So yes, we have created server name, user ID, password and database. Now it is okay. Now work is finished, never ever think. Actually, the permission must be given from Azure portal from which IP address devices this SQL server database can be accessible. But did I give that one? I did not give. I have to give that permission, without which it is impossible. Actually, there is a tab, you can see that configure. In this configure, you will find, see, can you see that? Now, let me check if this is the one. It's not new database. Wait. Databases. Yeah, this is the one. Let me tell you. Don't take the database, select the server. SQL databases, in that go to servers. This is the server you created, right? This server, when you click on that, that time you will go to the configure, where you have to configure which IP addresses systems are allowed to access your SQL server. This is the place, by default it will write the IP address of your local computer, so it is writing that one. So if you want to add, you can add this one, current client IP address. But what other computers are allowed to access your database, there you can give any rule name. That means SQL rule, some name you can give. Starting IP address, ending IP address means starting IP address, in between two IP addresses, what are all the IP addresses are existing, all those machines can be capable of accessing. I want throughout the globe any computer to access, means you should give here 0.0. So IP addresses everybody might be knowing, right? How it will be, it's a 0.0.0.0. This is the starting one. 255.255.255. Like that if I give, that means throughout the globe IPv4 all the systems can access, because all the addresses I am including. If at all I am not giving this one, your SQL server is not possible to be accessible. So I am not writing right now. Wanted I did not write, so don't get confused. So I have to do this work, but I am not doing. Okay. So see here, your computer also you want to add to the allowed IP addresses means if you click, but this is not right now not required. Why? Because I am giving 0.0.0.02 to 55.255.255.255 throughout the globe. All the IPv4 systems will have the IPv4 address within this only. So your computer is also one of them. So separately I don't require to add our computer. But our computer and one or two computers means better you take this, you add, and whatever other IP addresses you want to add, you specify here. So this is a way which you have to do for the server, which I have not done. Now let me go to my SQL server. Let me, but the problem is 1 minute. 1 minute. Whatever we have created, copy. See, there are two systems in the same computer. One is my computer, one is another computer. In my computer, I have pasted. Let me check the problem, because SQL Server is not there in another system. Only Azure portal, because of internet facility, I got it. So if at all SQL Server is not responding for this, whatever we have done, but procedure is correct. Okay. So now I am closing my SQL Server. And again I am opening my SQL Server. That time it will ask server name, user ID and password. I am going to give this server name, user ID and password. Okay, is that our user ID correct only? No, this is what we gave, PGP302. Let's just confirm. I am thinking that this is correct. Once. So now I am giving this server name into my SQL Server. Okay. Then I am giving the username as PGP302. Password is capital P @SSWORD, sorry. Remember, connect. It will take time. See here. Cannot request login. See here. So is not allowed to access this. Are you understanding why it is not allowed? Did you keep your computer in the allowed computers to access this server? No. So it is not allowing me to access. So what we will do now, so let us go to our Windows Azure portal and right now rule name as SQL rule some name 0.0.0, I mean 0.0.255.2. That indicates that every machine is allowed to access this one. So now I am clicking, so this is okay, and okay, services, yes. I have to save. Is it getting saved or not? Let us. So once let me go to dashboard and come to the see. If you have leave this your unsaved changes, see where should I go for save? Hello addresses. This is correct. And where is the? Sorry. You can't be able to see, it is there at the bottom. Can you see that there is one symbol at the bottom says add save? Check it, save button is that you need to click on that save for whatever IP addresses you have given as the valid addresses. Now I have saved, then okay. Then you minimize and go back to your application. In your application now SQL Server, there is our SQL Server. So now you try to connect. Previously it is not connected, now it is connecting. Why? Because you have given the permission. You gave the permission, that's why it is able to connect to your server which is created in your Azure portal. So now I am clicking on new query. What database did we create? Just recall NIITDB, right? So can you see that in the list of the databases you are able to find the NIITDB database. Master anyway will be available. So wait. So I am in between actually my video. So you can see that NIITDB database which you have created in that server is available. So don't overlay think that this database is in your computer. Is not accessible. In what way it is not accessible? Why it is saying that it is not accessible? It is accessible. Okay. So now I am creating it. Create table department. Okay. Department ID and primary key. DBT name. Varchar of 30. So enough. Only 2 columns if you feel. So you give it like this. One table I am creating. So where are you creating this table? Inside the database which is in the Azure portal SQL server, not your computer. Now this database even you can access because it's not in my computer. I kept it in Azure. Even if you are able to connect to this SQL server from your machine, Azure server from your machine, you are able to access the tables that are created by me because I'm not keeping in my machine. I'm keeping in Azure. That Azure is not only accessible to me, it's accessible to you also because in the valid IP addresses, every IP address I have provided as a valid one. Now, So create table, okay, employees. I'm creating two tables, okay, employee ID and primary key, EMP name, where care of 20, okay, designation, where care of 20, salary, money, department ID and references, departments. This is the foreign key link I'm giving, that's it. So finished. One more table I'm creating, but these two tables were created in NIT DB database, which is in the Azure portal SQL server. Okay, two tables. So let us add some records. Insert into departments, values, 1 comma, only 5 employees details I'm going to place. Okay, if anybody is having right now SQL server in your machine as well as internet connectivity also, even you can connect to this SQL server from your machine and try to look at the, just give select statement, so that even you can be able to see these table records, because you are thinking that I am creating in my machine, but I am saving in the Azure portal, because whatever database I am referring is from the Azure portal server. So this database tables, everything will be in the server only. Ma'am, unable to do the configuration settings. Ma'am, unable to do configuration settings. How come? You should not go to database configuration. You should go to server configuration. I told very clearly. I think Neha, you are doing that mistake. You please check. So, number of supplier values are different. Where here? Okay. One, two, three, four, five. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. All the records were saved. Okay. So let us see. Select star from department. So records are there. Select star from employees. So database is created. Where is this database? Don't think that it is in your local computer. It is in the Azure portal. Everybody, whoever is sitting here, can be able to access this one if you have the internet connectivity and SQL server locally installed in your machine. You are able to access this one also. Saying the server name as not local computer server, which is Azure portal SQL server name, which I have already copied in your notepad. This is our server name. Whoever want, you can note down and you can try to. Anybody is having, raise your hand. Anybody is having SQL server right now and with internet connectivity. Anybody is having this, raise your hand. So that I think Neha, do you have it? Neha from Dilshuk Nagar. Do you have SQL server with internet connectivity right now? No SQL. Okay. Internet is there, but SQL is not there. If SQL is there, you are able to connect and you can give the select statement so that you are able to see whatever records are written by me, you can get it. What about others? Anybody is having internet as well as SQL server? Some of you will get your laptops also, right? So in case you have your laptop with SQL server as well as with internet connected, then it is possible to check here itself. Otherwise, you do it after the class, okay? So any doubts now? Did you understand how to create SQL server database in the Azure portal? Internet not available means nothing can be done, CSE road student, but so after the class you try all these steps. It's not very difficult, okay? It's very simple. Due to some problem in my machine, it is giving such type of problems, but otherwise no issues. It will come as correct. That's what I'm telling. When I'm doing the steps, when it is not coming immediately, don't think that I am doing the wrong steps. It is correct steps. Because of the system problem, I got the error. So when I change it to the different system, I got the answer. Okay. So now it is done. Now what we have done is we created one SQL server in Azure portal and one database also. But database maintenance I am doing from my local machine connecting to Azure. Okay. So from here you are creating table directly in Azure. Don't overly think that madam there is it possible table creation means no. That you have to access from your local machine SQL server and go for the maintenance of the database tables. Now this says, but database is presented where in the Azure portal, so others also can use your database because you get permission from all the IP addresses to access this database. Everybody is able to access from their applications. So let me write as a question. Did you understand or not? You please confirm to me. Please answer to this question. Anybody is having the doubts, let me check. Show the server name to check later. Okay, server name you want to see. So I have just wait after closing this window. You are able to see from Paris Center Pavitra. Just wait for 1 minute. Once this question is over, that question I will close so that server name you can be able to see. Everybody note down this server name. Okay. Username, password, database name is NITDB, but username is PGP302 and the password is capital P @SSW0RD. Okay. So this is the password which I have given. So except Shyam Prakash from Nungambakam, everybody gave the answer. So from Nungambakam towards Shyam Prakash, others please give the confirmation about the Shyam Prakash. Is there any doubt that he is having or he is late or is there any problem, technical problem because of which he is unable to give the feedback for the question? So Nungambakam's one of the students take the initiation and write about Shyam Prakash, because he did not respond for the question. Might be technical issues because of which he might not be able to see, or he is late so that he is not giving. So either Shyam Prakash needs to respond or one of the students from Nungambakam respond towards him. Now even I don't know, but from yours, as it is showing from Nungambakam, so by mistake some other student was logged in, might be. Let me check from Nungambakam who were logged in. See, he is offline. Okay. He is in offline state, Shyam Prakash. But somebody logged in for this session and left. Like leaving, that's what I'm telling. When anybody is leaving, please log out and go. Don't simply leave it and go, so that it is like a problem for me, that I'm thinking that one the student is there but not giving the answer. Until I see the status as invalid, so I came to know that that person was logged out. So there is nobody is there right now attending the session of Shyam Prakash, so you don't need to think of it. But from your center only one student was logged in and forgot to log out and left. Okay. So now I will show you continuation of this one simple ASP MVC code first approach applications. Such type of one I am going to create. I am trying to access this, work with this database table and retrieve the records from the AZURE portal and display it from my application. So for that, how do we do it? A simple application I am creating for you. Visual Studio. I am opening Visual Studio Ultimate. And these steps everybody knows, so because we have done n number of times code first approach. Only we will try to work with the employees table. We will try to work with employees table. So let me check the employee. What are the columns? Employee ID. Employee is the class name. We need to create a class with all these columns. Okay. So okay, I will just show you to retrieve, how to retrieve the records or add the records. Let us see. I'm going for the new project in the Visual Studio, and I'll take as MVC4 ASP MVC4 application, web application, AZURE database test, DB connection test, and take it as basic itself. Now create two model classes. One is for employee, one is for the data context. It's just taking time, just wait. So models, right click, add. I'm creating a class named as employee. The structure of it is what? Employee ID, EMP name. See the table structure and accordingly write. Don't do a mistake of the columns names. EMP name, designation, salary. Okay. One build solution. So I have, see here. So I have done one class. Then one more class I am creating, models. Add, this is data context class to connect to our database which is in AZURE. Okay. So NIT context needs to be inherited from DB context. It will give error because of the namespace problem. Control dot, take the system.data.entity. In this constructor time, I am telling you, see, NIT context, colon, you are giving base. Here is the place, data source is equal to what source to be given is, you need to give this source. This is the Azure source name, right? This is the one which you have to provide, semicolon, user space ID is equal to, username is what, PGP302, semicolon, PASSWRD, password is equal capital P @SSW0RD, initial catalog. Catalog is equal to, what is our initial catalog database name? NIIT DB. So this is the way how you need to provide the connection string. With what table you want to work with? Employees table. So employee is the model class using which you can be able to connect to the table employees. So my data context class creation also finished. Once again you compile. So I have compiled with F6. Now only the thing is what, using code first approach, you know that scaffolding, okay? Using scaffolding, you create the controller. Too much we don't require to do it. You go for add controller and give the name of the controller as home controller. And using scaffolding, controller and as well as the respective views we will create. Home, and take this is correct. It is correct. MVC control with read write actions and views. This is correct. Model class is what? Employee class. And context class is what? NIIT context class. So this is whatever you have created, you are doing and clicking on add. So now you got everything. So let me execute and check. It should be accessible actually. It will call index method which will list all the records of the employees table now. This is some error. Employees, and see there is already an object named employees in the database. It's already there, correct only. Already one database is there. We want to work with that table only. Then what is the problem? Let me check, is that problem with this connection string? Where is our connection NIT context? Let me give something new database name. But it is correct only. Why it is not allowing to just retrieve? Otherwise I'll do one thing. Let me drop this home controller. Okay. Let me drop this views related to them. I'll create the controller on my own. Let me come to this. Right click. Add home controller. Okay. Let me take it as empty. So here what I am doing, NIT context using Azure DB context.models, NIT context CTX is equal to new NIT context in this index, and saying that what is that? So retrieve all the list of records, list of employee class records Okay, EMP list is equal to cityx dot employees dot, okay, to list. So I'm retrieving all the records from the employees table into EMP list, and that EMP list I am passing. Okay, so this is okay. Now what am I doing is, here right click, I'm creating a view, take it as index view, strongly typed view, take it as employee, and take here as list. So listing all the records of that. Only for listing I have created. Now let us see. The home controller index action method should display to retrieve the records instead of creating the database. Still it is giving some error. What is this? There is already an object named employees in the database. Object is there, we are trying to retrieve from that. What is an exception occurred during the execution of the current web page will be the stack trace again. So client escalation, there is already an object employees. What is the mistake that we are giving? It has to retrieve all the records. I'm not creating it, I'm retrieving the data. Why it is not coming? But this is the way how to do it. 100% it should work. Somewhere some mistake. See, everything is correct. Actually, see here, MIT context. This is the place you are giving the server name as your Azure server name. This is the user ID and this is the password. Database name is in NITDB. This is the NITDB in that. So all these are okay. So then why I am not getting this? I did not understand. 100% it is correct only, but why retrieving all the records from that table and displaying? Why this object EMP LOIS employees? So, but methodology is that only, okay. What mistake it is giving, we will see later, but just tell me, is the process is okay or not? There is already an object it is saying. Why it is saying this error, I did not understand. I will just say its object name that exception, boolean, break connection, wrap close. I'll just check it and let you, but this is the methodology. Any doubts in this? So everything is same. Wherever you are giving server name as local computer SQL server name, you should provide the Windows Azure server name. And wherever user ID and password of your local computer you are providing, instead of that, you need to provide login name and password, which with what you have created in the Azure portal, that username and password to be given, even your database name to be NITDB. If at all any problem, let me check. If at all I am giving the new database name, is it working, or just for checking purpose? Is it able to create new database in that? I am just checking. New database name I gave, actually my meaning is it should create the database and enter the records into create a table named as employees and write the records into that. That's what I'm just checking. I'm just checking. First of all, it is able to display, see here, the wait operation timed out. So this is not the way. Somewhere small mistake, but that is correct only. Without this one you have to give, so that it should retrieve the records from that employees table of your SQL server within Azure portal and display the records. That is what is the aim of this demo, but it will work. You please try to do it. Okay. any same error is coming means we'll search in the internet what is the mistake that we are doing. There is nothing new methodology to do the coding. The coding is same only at the place of the server name. This is the server name I have to give it. Okay, username plus in SQL server of Azure whatever you have given as username and password. So that username and password to be provided. That's it. There is no other difference. So anybody is having any doubts, please raise your hand. But the program is not wrong. Somewhere some permissions problem like that we are getting, because of which we are not getting. That's what you see here. It's able to connect, but the only thing is unable to interact with that table records. Any doubts, please raise your hand and ask me. Meanwhile you write your queries. I'm trying to open one more application. Last time whatever we have done, any doubts, please start typing. I'll just check and I'll clear your doubt. For new database want to change, Joshine, for new database want to change controller code by scaffolding name. Change controller code for new database. I did not get your point, Joshine. Clearly write. Are you writing any question, anything properly you write? I did not get the question first. I'll connect to you, just wait. Meanwhile you write your query. I am trying to open one of the small application. So I just want to do a small test of TFS. Is it working or not? If the TFS problem is authentication problem, might be because last time I was not opened with administrator. Is it giving problem? I'm just checking. Okay, only coded to retrieve. Yes, I have. You can do everything. I thought that is it working only if I'm writing one, at least I thought. I have written, but you can use the scaffolding also. Problem is not with scaffolding. I just removed, and why it is giving error I thought is that anywhere it is trying to create again, like that I got a doubt. So I removed and recreated the code on my own, where I am not creating the table. Instead I am trying to retrieve the records from that table. So why it is giving error, I'll just check and I'll let you know. Okay. So you can write scaffolding where you can write add records, delete records and all these. So there is some small mistake that it is trying to create the table once again, so we are getting the error, nothing else. So we'll do for small a previous demo, whatever you are saying. Before to that, once again let me go. So this anyway employees table is there, so let me drop the table once. Drop table employees. Okay, I wanted I dropped the table and let me execute once. If it is not there, is it able to work or not? Let me check, just for checking purpose. Table is previously it is saying that employees table is already existing now. So if it is not there, is it able to create and show the 0 records one? Yes, it is doing. You see, the problem is there only. So nothing wrong. You are able to do it. Scaffolding we will do now. So it's correct. Already existing table is that means we are getting the problem using the scaffolding. So I'll remove this now once again. All of you see here, it will work now. Controllers, right click, scaffolding only I'm doing. Controller, home controller, take it as clicking on add. it's a model class. I forgot to take it as model class. NIT context. Now let me execute and check. Yes, it is working, you see. Only problem is, as the first column is like identity column, we are getting error, you see here, which I am going to write, and I am trying to create a new, see here. Actually, I dropped the table, but it has been created by the system automatically in your Azure portal. And now I am clicking on add. I am giving it as, okay, one of the students, Devi, okay. So test the programmer. Create. So record has been created, you see. Again I am clicking create. Some records I have written, so they were created. Let me go to our one. Let me show. See, actually I dropped, but still I am able, sorry, departments I am running. See here, all of you please check. There is some mismatch in the what columns of your table. That's the reason this is the problem you are getting. Otherwise there is no problem. You please check. Now the table has been created by your system and it is able to enter the records into Azure portal. Now you can also access this table and you can write records so that it will be entered into the same table also. So that is the way. Somewhere some gap in the data table creation, so which is not matching with the structure of what model class we have created. So based on model class, now it has created freshly a table in your database. So now you see it is working. So a small mistake we have done in the columns while specifying in the model. That's it. If I create only server at Azure and I use code first approach, it will create, yes, 100%, my dear, it will do it. It will do it. Joshine, your question, I got it, but you see here when I gave the new database name, it has given me some problem of what is the problem it has given. Whether it will do or not, if we want to check a small task, might be I am confusing and I may give sometimes small mistakes. So what you have to do, small task, even though I told you try with like this. So is it going to create the database named as NITDB11? Actually it should be created in Azure only. I don't think so that database maintenance you can do from your local computer, but database creation has to be done from the Azure portal only, I think. See here, I gave wantedly 1, so it should create the database as well as it should create the tables also if it is allowed. But it is not doing it. It will say the timeout problem like that. You create this database in the SQL server, then you try to access, it will work again. See here, now it is not giving. It's too much of time it is taking. See here, the wait operation timed out. First of all, the waiting operation itself is timed out. So this database is not going to be created in your Azure portal. You can go to your Azure portal and you can check. Is the database got created if you want to check. Why it is not showing even a single database? Where is our database first of all? Somewhere some problem over here. See, our database is also, it is not showing. Server also it is not showing. It will be there, but it is somewhere, it will show from here. I have done from another machine. There you can see. I have to refresh it. I was not refreshed, so it is not showing. Check the databases. Hey, they were created, my dear. See here, NITDB, NITDB 11 were created, but creating table into them is taking time. That's the only mistake of what was happened, but databases are created. Check the ocean. Whatever we have given with that, databases are created also. So you no need to worry, they will work. Okay. So now, see here, now it is creating. Where it is creating this table? In 11, NITDB 11 it is creating this table. Okay. Don't get confused. This is the table. This is there is in a different database. So click on this. I will give it as Ramesh. You will understand the difference. This employees table is different. Previous employees table is, previous one is in NITDB. Now the current one is NITDB 11. Okay. Designation technician. Salary 40,000. Department 1. So close it. If you have any doubt, you can go to your SQL server. You can go to your SQL server and go and check. See, in NITDB database, you have an employees table which is created with 2 records. Use NITDB11 in the same one. See here, use statement is not supported to switch between databases. See here, this is a database. You can check from here also, tables will be there. So if it is creating problem, from here also you can open and go for view data. Why it is not showing the records? Two connections I have made. This is the first connection. Separate window of SQL server I am opening. Don't get confused. It is not allowing me to go to another database. So another instance of the SQL server I am opening. See, the server, all these are Azure servers only, so I'm not doing. Now, new query, use NITDB11, still it is giving problem. See, it's working now. Select star from. It is taking time, that's why. Okay, don't get confused for anything. See here, you just understand NITDB 11 database, so new database also it is able to create, but it is taking time. If you are doing from your local computer, doing that work, it is taking time, so it is giving timed out first. Next time when you do, it is working. That is only time out problem, but you are able to create the databases from your application also. Is that clear, Joshin? That is your doubt actually. Can we create database in our SQL server of Azure from our application? Yes, you can. That's the reason NITDB 11 work got created. Any doubts in this demo? So that's what. Don't get, see, you're not getting like that. So you are seeing that it is taking time and then it is allowing me. So open separate server, windows, and in one place NITDB open, in one place NITDB 11 you open. Both the places employees table is there. One is having 2 records, one is having 1 record. So both are different tables from different databases. Okay. On the same server, can we create That's what you are doing, no, Neha. Till now, what are you doing? I did not understand. What you have seen till now, these 2 databases are from which server? Same server. You got confused might be. I have created 3 databases in the same server. Server is not different. Same server, multiple databases. It's not mean that for one database, one server. No. One server can hold thousands of databases. You have seen in your SQL server also, in your Azure portal also, only one server which has 3 databases. I have just shown now. See here, I have shown you. You did not check. See here, all the 3 are from the same server, my dear. Can you see server name? Same. All are from the same server. They are not from different servers. Single server, multiple databases. Okay. So is this demo is clear? So are you understand previously some model class structure is different from the existing employees table? It is a problem you got. Otherwise you will not get that time also any mistake. Okay. That's why wanted I dropped and created from through my program. So through the model class it will create the table, so there will not be any issues. Okay. So I am going to create one question and I want everybody's feedback. I want everybody to answer for this question so that all your portion, whatever I told is completed. And meanwhile, if you answer, meanwhile, even I'll try to check whether that is working. TFS, I'm just trying to check, but I cannot say. But in your machines, it may work. How many of you tried, I don't know. But if you could try, it is always the best. The steps are this. Okay. After answering, so I got the answer from all of you, I think. Yes, 100% everybody. Good. Very good. And now, so there is one application. I'm just checking for this TFS really because I'm in admin login. I just want to try that. Okay, what is the Gen first work team? Connect to team foundation server. What is the name that we gave? Do you remember anybody? Our server name? I didn't remember actually. If I'm clicking on connect, let me go to Visual Studio so that we will understand what is our server name. www.visualstudio.com. That is the place where TFS server created by us. The TFS server name I forgot, so I'm just going there and I'm checking. Why it is not working? It's not working from my machine. I can open from other machines. See, in my machine only some problem. That's the reason all these issues are coming. So already I was logged in into this. S160499.visualstudio.com. S160499.visualstudio.com. और 400 आएगी, 499 मीन्स 400 आएगी. So you people please try this TFS also. I am entered wrong server name. Yes, 160.499.visualstudio.com. Paris Center Pavitra, where did I do mistake? Please type that where I have done mistake. Yeah, 499 Satya I have done. By mistake I have not checked. I am typing like this, so I have not checked. So I was corrected, but it is not connecting, means there is a problem from in my machine only. So connectivity, you have seen that in my machine, if I am taking the Visual Studio, if I am trying to connect to Visual Studio also, I am unable to connect. So there is some problem. That's why it is not allowing in my machine. But the methodology is what? Once again, I'll just show you the methodology. Whenever you are doing, it will ask the server name. Server name, if you give it, it will ask the validation, that means credentials, username, password. See here, there is some problem in my machine. That's the reason. The name or port number, team function service is incorrect. The team function service is offline. The password has expired. No. This is not correct. This is something wrong. There is some problem, but you try to do it. So because of which it is not allowing me to connect. If I am trying to connect to some other login, it is not allowing me. That account is not working. From morning onwards, there is a problem with my system, but still somehow I managed. So let me sign out anyway and try to. Actually, there is a problem. Okay. So any doubts, please start asking me. It is connecting, so great. Oh, icons also I got it, so great. From morning it is not working, now it came. Now we'll see the problem. Just I will show you the steps once again and I'll stop. Yeah, tomorrow classroom is there. Just sign. Tomorrow class is there, okay? Some link demo, some application I'm opening. Some application. Just I want to link to TFS, that's why I'm showing. But last class I was, so only steps I'm showing, but you do one thing, and I'm going to tell you whatever is there in your document in 5 minutes, and I'll end. So first of all, after you create your application, this application files you want to put it in TFS, go to visualstudio.com, create one account. Inside that account you will create one project, okay? So inside that project, that is empty project, these files to be uploaded is my requirement. Feel that you have already created one account in the Visual Studio and you created one project in that, which is empty folder, into which I want to upload. So being here, you should come to TFS server. So how you will come to TFS server? There will be a menu called as team. There you will find connect to team foundation server. When you give, this is the way. See, previously for what I have connected, that I am going to get. So here you see, this is my team foundation server. See, there is some error. See, that's the reason it is creating problems. Otherwise, it will allow me to access. See here, this is the testing TFS, one folder I created. I created one folder named as testing TFS. So to that once I will wantedly disconnect and I will show you how to connect once again. Wantedly I disconnected, okay? And I am trying to connect once again. So it is already touched. So right click. Only for your sake I am removing. After I just removed because you are the first user, means will get the screen like that. You need to click on this so that here some servers. This is the server which I have last time created, which you are able to see actually. But this server, if it is not there, it's your duty. Go to the servers. You need to say that add, and you need to write the server name. What is the server name? You have to give simply s160499.visualstudio.com. You give it. So when you give like that and click on OK, this server will be added in the list of the server which you have to select and for which you want to connect. But right now it will not take as because it's already there. This server exists. So you take this server. This is the server that I created for the previous batch. So don't get confused. So take this select this and click on close so that the selected. See, now you can see that both the servers are visible. Take this server. In that server, what projects you have created, it will show it to you. Into which project folder you want to upload your application files that you have to select, that is testing TFS like that. Click on connect. So to that particular folder, project folder, it is going to connect. Once it is connected, it's your time to upload your files by going to the file menu. So let me see. File menu, go to solution source control, add solution to source control. So or add selected projects to source control. So I am giving this, okay? So this is the error I am getting because of the permissions problem. Either teams have been set up or because you do not have the permission. Are you understanding? This type of work has to be done from the administrator login. As I am in a different login, Savitri Dodala, you are getting this is the problem. You people please try to do it from the administrator account. Still any errors miss, see, because for all the previous batches, none of the times we got the error. I think so that whenever you take like this, all your project files will be checked in into your TFS project. Checked in means what, madam, I told. This is your Azure server, TFS server in which one account you created with one project name. This is my application local. All these files to be placed into your Azure project folder. TFS folder means TFS folder, project folder, that is called in checking in. And tomorrow I want to take these files into local machine for modification, that is called as checkout. When you check out, you have all the rights to modify. That means you are taking the file from the server to your local machine for modifications to implement. After modifications are done, again you should say that check-in. Then again these modifications will be sent to your TFS server, same file, previous version, latest version, both will be there in the TFS server. Like that every time, take the files using checkout process from the server and do the modification, and using check-in process upload again modified files into your TFS server. But after after uploading in TFS, feel that in the TFS you have completed uploading of the files. Now these from TFS, whatever demo I told, to be you have to upload in your, host that application files, not directly from my local computer. From this TFS, if I am uploading, hosting in your Azure portal, advantage is what? Any modifications are sent to this TFS server, automatically will affect in your hosted application in the Azure portal, automatic sending of the modifications. So that's the advantage. So I will host every day till where it is completed. I'll put it into TFS. Till that place, the application is available in the Azure portal for accessibility. So I'm not making the client to wait till the end of the last module to be completed till the entire. So till now, what modules are completed, I'll upload in TFS. From there, it is hosted in the Azure. So from there, user can access till that module what are implemented can be accessed. That is the reason this is continuous project management. People will call it using TFS. Now you host it. But the problem is after first time hosting from the TFS, how to host it in the Azure portal, I gave the steps. You follow that. After hosting, but you'll see that you cannot find some URL, you cannot be able to access. Why? Because second time if you upload the modifications from TFS to Azure portal, then how this is? Remember, as I uploaded into TFS, from the TFS I hosted in Azure portal. But immediately, the Azure portal one will never ever get working. So what you have to do, the minimum rule it is that second time at least, that means you need to check out one of the files from TFS and do modifications and check in again. So second time you have visited your TFS, now onwards it's activated. This modification immediately will be sent to your Azure where you have already hosted this one previously. Second time when you come, now your Azure portal application, the URL whatever is created will really work. You can access the application. First time only I uploaded in TFS and immediately I hosted in the Azure portal, it will not work. At least one of the second version after only it will be really hosted in your Azure portal. So now after first time is over and hosting in Azure, just check out one of the files from TFS into local machine, do some modifications and check in that modified file. So TFS second time modified, immediately this modification will be sent to your Azure portal, and from there it will start working. Okay. Yes, tomorrow cloud consultation is there for all the students, not in SLT. It's not SLT class, Adobe Connect. Consultation means only Adobe Connect. It's not extra class in the cloud classroom session. It is only Adobe Connect. So any of these demos, whatever I told you, have any doubt, once again I will help you out in those demos. Okay. Timings are the class timings like this. So what I will do is 11 to 1 you will do practicals. So I will give the cloud consultation in between 9 to 10. Okay. 9:30 to 9:15 to 10:15. 9:50 morning 9:15 to 10:15 is your cloud consultation. I'll help you out in that. If anybody is having any doubts, any program, that means any demos doubts are there, I will be there to help you. So I will share the URL. You can connect to that URL. So I will show you all the demos. If at all any audio problem also, everything I'll write in the notepad, whatever step I'm doing, and I'll show you the demo. Tomorrow class is there. Sorry, 1 minute from Neha. I was really confused there. You made me confused. Tomorrow normal session, Saturday cloud consultation. So Neha, I get wrong communication call. Remember, cloud consultation is not tomorrow. Day after tomorrow, that is Saturday. Okay? Tomorrow is right now how the SLT class is there, like that only. SLT session only. Okay? Yes. What happened today, I'm not understanding today. I'm doing so many mistakes, so don't get confused. in what mood I am now. So okay, tomorrow cloud consultation at 9:15 to 10:15 because it is tomorrow Saturday. And Monday is like this class for recap. Thank you so much. Ashwin, see, I'm really in a feel that today is Thursday and I'm giving you the communication. I'm so sorry. Monday is the next cloud classroom session where I'm going to give you the recap. Okay, and tomorrow is the cloud consultation from 9:15 to 10:15. Okay, you should be ready at 9:10 only. Wait for my class at that time. Whoever is having a doubt, whoever missed any session, you can ask me there. So I will give minimum details at least. I will, if possible, I will show the demo also, complete demo. Okay. So now what that now we have to do? We have to give our feedback of the session. Monday total complete AZURE session feedback to be given. So I think Kiran is from which center? Kiran R. Kiran is there from raise your hand, Kiran, and write your name. If Kiran is attending the session, please write your name immediately. Okay. So give the feedback, and Kiran is there means in the hand raise, write your details. Okay, your mobile number, I require your mobile number using which I can contact you. Kiran R. Okay, feedback please.